欢迎大家到破解中文，我是宇鹏。今天我们要学习一些中文的语法。Hey everybody, welcome to Cracking Chinese. I'm Carl, and today we want to try and get to grips with the three does that are commonly used in Chinese grammar. 所以让我们开始吧。Let's get cracking. So these are the three does that you'll see in Chinese grammar. Now it can be a little bit obscure and a bit vague at times to know which one to use when. However, the good news is that in speech it doesn't really matter because they're all pronounced de. So here's de number one. So this first de is from de, dao de de, but when it's part of a grammar structure, then it's just pronounced with a neutral tone. Now, what does this de do? What does it mean? Well, here's one of the definitions that Pleco gives us. It says, I'll just read it, linking a verb or an adjective to a complement which describes the manner or degree. So what exactly does that mean? Well, it's not so easy to know, is it? So let's go through a few examples to see if we can figure it out. So perhaps there's a simple guideline that can help us with this de. It's often after a verb and before an adjective that you want to link together. So for example, you might say, 他们吃得太快了. They ate too quickly. Or 她唱得不太好. She doesn't sing very well. Or 他病得很严重. He's seriously ill. Now it's also used in the phrases like 听得懂, like I can understand what I'm hearing, I understand. Or 看得见, to be able to see something, or 听得见, to be able to hear something. This is also this de. So moving on to the second de. Now, this is actually the D from diqiu, and some will pronounce it as D, but it's more commonly pronounced as de when it's in this grammar setting. Now, this is where it can get a bit tricky because this de often acts very much like the first de. They both act a little bit like the ly in English that we might add to an adjective. For example, taking slow to slowly or quick to quickly. Now, the difference with this de is that it often comes after the adjective and before the verb, whereas the first de was the other way around. So see if you can remember that. Let's go through some examples. So you could say, 我们热情地欢迎大家参加今天的会议. We warmly welcome everybody to today's conference meeting. Or another example, 他慢慢地爬下来. He slowly climbed down. In both cases, this is the second de. So please bear in mind, these are just guidelines, they're not rules. There's other uses of both of these do's, but hopefully that gets us started. So moving on to the third de. Now there's a reason we left this one till last. This is because it has a wide variety of meanings. Pleco lists 5 or 6 different ways you can use this de. So if the first two does don't fit, then it's probably this one. So let's go through a few of the common uses. So first up, which is probably the most common, is ownership or possession. So you can say 他的书, his book, or 我的看法, my viewpoint, and it's this de that you use. So another way it's used is to connect an adjective and a noun. Like you could say 我能吃辣的食物, I can eat spicy food. And then even if you drop the 食物, if you drop the noun, you'd still use the de. So you can say 我能吃辣的. You can use it at the end of a sentence to add emphasis, like 你很辛苦的, you've been working really hard. It can be used with 是 to emphasize whatever follows 是. So you could say 我是昨天买的, I bought it yesterday, with the emphasis on yesterday. So as you can see, its usages are wide and varied. So there you have it, the 3 does used in Chinese grammar. So did that help or confuse? Well, let us know down in the comments below. Be very grateful if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. 谢谢大家，再见，加油。